So I recorded this back around Halloween, hence all of the Halloween stuff, but it still applies for the festive holiday season. So this is my trusty recipe book that I put together myself. This is my own apple butter recipe. Fun fact, I like to list the tools that you need because a lot of cookbooks don't do that, and you don't find out until you're in the middle of doing it. And those are the ingredients that you'll need there if you want to jot them down. So I like to use a mixture of Granny Smith apples and Gala apples because I found that Granny Smith apples, the tartness in them, it's really brought out nicely by the sweetness of the Gala apples, and it's a really, really nice combination. So then you obviously want apple cider and sugar and some salt, and then you want your spices. Now, we have to peel all the apples, and of course they say to core the apples, but this is how I like to core the apples because apple corers hate me and they always mangle my fingers when I try to extract the core from the corer. So I just cut around the core myself. It's just so much easier. And then you just want to slice up the apples into sweet, adorable little cubes, just like this. Oh, look at me go. Isn't that delightful? Yes. And then we're left with some delightful little apple cubes, just like this. Now, as you can see, we have a lovely bowl of green apple cubes. And we're just going to put that directly into the crock pot. And then we've got to chop up the Gala apples. I don't know why I'm talking this way. You know me. I'm weird. So just gonna slice it up real nice like that. Don't have to be pretty, don't have to be perfect. This ain't MasterChef after all. This is a home cooking video. We're showing you how to make apple butter at home. So we just gonna take them Gala apples, toss them right in there with the green apples. And then we just have to add our apple cider and our 1 cup of sugar. Now remember, this is where the dry and liquid measuring things are very important. Liquid measurements and dry measurements are very different. So we're just going to pour in our 1 cup of apple cider, sprinkle in our 1 cup of sugar, and then we're going to cover that sucker right like that. Oh yes. And then the next step is to just simply cook it on low for 4 hours. It really is that simple. Just dump, set, and forget. While you're waiting, it's perfectly acceptable to harass your boyfriend with some smooches, and of course, go after your dog while you're at it. He'll take it. He doesn't care. What's he gonna do? He's half your size. Oops, looks like it's time to check on the apples. Alright, so now we have to add the other ½ cup of sugar, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that lid off. Oh, that smells good. There's that ½ cup of sugar, there's your salt, cinnamon, cloves, I think, allspice, and the nutmeg. I probably have those last two backwards, but whatever. And then we stir the mush. Give it a little taste test and add a little more sugar if you need it, but it is hot, so be careful. Stirring of the mush, stirring of the mush. This is what it looks like when we're stirring up the mush. So this is the taste test, and it is good to go. So now we gotta recover it and continue to cook it for 7 hours on low. Ooh, the 7 hours is a long time. I hope you invested in some good books or invested in a good Netflix series or something, because you got some time.
6.5 hours later.
So now we want to remove the lid entirely and cook it uncovered on high for 30 minutes to an hour, just until it stops being liquidy. So we're just going to give it a stir, make sure it's good, and that's about what it should look like. So we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes on high and let it go. Remember to keep it uncovered. After about halfway through, I would check and give it a little stir just to keep the edges from crusting. We don't want any crust in our apple butter. That's not appetizing at all. So this is what it should look like after it is finished cooking with the lid off. It should just be the perfect amount of mush, not too liquidy. Don't worry about the apple chunks. It adds a home country charm. And now we've come to the canning process, and you can skip this step if you intend to mass consume all of your apple butter in one sitting, which I don't recommend. Apple is kind of a laxative, so, take it easy. But if you're planning on gifting these to friends and family or saving them for later, I highly recommend the canning process. So you just want to ladle your apple butter into your jars. Leave about a ½ inch of room between the top of the apple butter and the top of the jar, just to give it enough space for the canning process to work properly. So one of these we are going to consume right away, so I'm not going to add it to the water bath, but you just want to fill your pot with water and then turn it to high so that it can start to boil. And then you just want to clean off your jars, wipe off the rim, make sure there's no debris, especially at the top of the rim, just to make sure the seal works properly when it gets in the water bath. And then of course we're going to put the lids on. I think that's a standard procedure, right? I don't know. So you want to tighten it, just finger tighten it. Do not over tighten it. That is very important, or it'll explode when you open it, and we don't want that. So I've got my tongs here, and I'm just going to use that to lower the jars into the water bath. And for the water, you want to have about an inch of water above the jars. So once I get all of these in here, I'm going to have to add a little bit more water around the top just to make sure that they're covered properly. And you absolutely do not want to start your water bath timer until the water is boiling. So that's going to be about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water here just to make sure that we have the proper amount on top of the jars. And then once the water starts boiling, that's when we start the timer for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes in the boiling water, you can go ahead and start removing them with your tongs or your proper canning device. Sorry, my big fat cat scratch covered arm is in the way, my bad. But as you pick them up, make sure you tilt them sideways and make sure all the water that's on top of the lid gets poured back into the pot instead of just resting on the top of the lid. And again, be careful. It's really, really hot. As you can probably see, the steam coming off of those things. Oh my God. So you want to put them on a cooling rack so that they have proper circulation, and they will begin to suction down. Those little poppy parts on the tops of the lids will begin to suction down as they cool and they start to seal. So you're going to hear like little popping sounds as they cool, and it's like seriously like the coolest thing ever. And now for the best part, in my opinion, the taste test. I've taken the liberty of making some homemade banana bread because I found through years of doing this, banana bread actually goes really, really well with this apple butter. So if you want to give yourself a real treat, make some homemade banana bread. It's not hard. And spread some of that apple butter right on there just like that. And then scarf it down just like I'm doing right here. Oh, that is heavenly. Oh, yes, indeed. Well, thank you so much for joining me on today's journey of making apple butter with me. I hope you have a lovely holiday season, and I will see you next time.